What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Dan here. Guys, it's that time of month again. Time of the month again. We are doing the game update for June 2020, and guys, we have a pretty solid month. Nothing too crazy though. We're not like every week there's something new or there's like 3 things. We have things nicely spaced apart, and some of these things I don't even know if I'm covering. I basically want to leave that up to you guys. There's 2 games that I'm definitely doing, and 2 I'm going to need your input on, because I don't know if I want to do certain things or if you guys would want to watch certain things at the same time. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. The first game on the list releases on the 11th, possible maybe getting a bit earlier than that. I don't know. That's kind of the case for all these games. It is a game called Beyond Blue. It's like a sea exploration game. I don't know if you guys remember the game I played called Abzu, which was like a more of a cartoonish style, but it was such a gorgeous game where you played a diver and you were going underwater and swimming with sharks and fish and whales and things like that. It was really, really cool. This is similar to that, except it's more on the realistic side. And it has quite a star-studded cast with it as well. And it just looks like one of those games that I think we really could use to, like, really need to play in this time. It's going to be nice and peaceful, relaxing, and I think it would be really enjoyable. So I'm definitely going to be covering Beyond Blue. Like I said, that does come out on the 11th. Not sure if I'm going to stream it or do it non-live. I haven't fully decided yet, but either way, we will be covering it. I think it's going to be a good one to really try, just change it up a little bit. You know, a sea exploration style games, looking at the beauty of the ocean. So I'm looking forward to that one. Coming up next, this is a game I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be playing. I constantly check my lists and like my release schedules and things like that for games that are coming out. Everyone posts a different one. Sometimes I don't post any. So I'm constantly looking for like through them. And this game caught my eye, but based on the gameplay style and looking at it, I don't know. So I'm gonna need your guys' help with this one. It is called Disintegration. Now, it's essentially it does release on the 16th, by the way. It essentially is a mix between an RTS and a first-person shooter. So it's more so a first-person shooter with RTS elements. Essentially, you control a sort of mech. I think they call it a monocycle or something like that, cybercycle. I can't really recall what they call it, but it's essentially like a mech game where you control your troops on the ground. Now, judging from the way it looks, it's supposed to be a sci-fi shooter, but I don't know, it kind of leans to the side of the Anthem style gameplay. You know how Anthem looked. I don't know for sure if it's something I'm interested in. It's almost like Anthem cross with Titanfall. You know what I mean? So I'm not 100% sure on that one either. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that normally I can tell right away if a game's good. Like, oh, that might be cool, or I might not know enough about it, but I can usually tell if that's gonna be my style. I'm not sure if this game is gonna be my style. So let me know if you guys want to see Disintegration. Like I said, it's one of those ones. Otherwise, we don't have much of a month and we can catch up on other games to stream and things like that. So that's the upside with not having as many projects. I can jump into other things as well that I've been behind on. So I actually haven't really been behind on anything. I've just been playing things in time, but I can play more games like and stream more stuff. Like, for example, Call of Duty. People love joining me on my Call of Duty streams just because they get to jump in, and like whenever I have an open lobby, I got an open lobby. So that's the upside to that. Okay, coming up next, this is the big one of the month, the big boy. Releasing on the 19th, we have The Last of Us Part 2. Now, this game met some insane controversy, having the ending released and spoiled for many, many people, myself included. I actually was avoiding spoilers for a long time until someone came into the stream thinking it was common knowledge. Like, oh, well, everyone knows. I'm just going to go ahead and say what I've seen and ruin it for the people that may have dodged the social media, you know, spoilers. And it was all good up until that point. So I don't know. Someone told me it was delayed. Someone's like, oh, they postponed it. I don't think they did. They're under a strict schedule. And everyone is pissed off at the ending. I'm obviously not going to say anything. Either way you look at it, man, I'm still curious as to how the game's going to go. I love the first Last of Us, but this game has made such huge, like I said, negative controversy that I don't know if the game, just based on how it ends, is going to ruin the game. I think people got to chill out a little. I'd rather play the game myself and experience. That's what I mean. I don't trust hype machines. I don't, because whether it's good hype or bad hype, whatever you want to call it, it almost never equalizes the hype you have yourself when you play it. I've played games that people say are terrible and they ended up being really fun to me. And I've also had games that people say were amazing and I ended up being bored out of my mind or not enjoying the story, not being able to get into it. So this is going to be an interesting game. People have been asking me, even though it's been spoiled, are you still going to play it? Yes. I'll still play it because The Last of Us 1 had fantastic gameplay. The story was amazing, of course. That was one of its major things. But the gameplay was so important, and I loved The Last of Us 1 gameplay. So, therefore, I am definitely going to be playing Last of Us 2. I've always had games spoiled when I'm in the middle of playing them. That happens a lot, unfortunately, but that doesn't really take away as much from the main game itself. That's not the game's fault. You know what I mean? You can't blame the game for finding out something early. That's just the way she goes. So it is what it is. I'm going to go in forward, and you never know. Those spoilers could have been wrong. Apparently, Naughty Dog confirmed all the spoilers. That's what it was. I would have been like, no comment. That's what I would have done, is no comment. Figure it out yourself. But I don't know. I feel like gamers feel like they're owed a lot. Certain people feel like they're owed a lot from devs, and like the story should be written in the way we want it to be written. And I think that's a little bit of an overstep. Yes, you should be critiquing developers and publishers and all that, and constantly make sure they're not trying to pull wool over the eyes of the gamer or the customer or whatever. But at the same time, it's their creative direction. Let them go with it. And if you don't like the ending, you don't like the ending. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. So, like I said, I'm still going to be playing that game. I'm really looking forward to it. It's been postponed multiple times. At the end of the day, if it hadn't got postponed as many times as it did, we probably would have figured out the game on our own. We would have seen the game on its own, and we would have been able to enjoy it ourselves. And I find that kind of funny. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. Like I said, we wouldn't have had any spoilers. But these things happen. It's a pretty big whoopsie daisy over on that side of things. Naughty Dog, I don't know exactly where the spoilers leaked from. I heard it was someone in-house, so maybe a disgruntled employee leaked them. I'm not 100% sure. I've heard mixed things, but I think it is what it is. It's shitty, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in and still enjoy it for what it is. And I know it's gonna be a solid game. It has to be. So I'm not gonna overhype it or anything, and I'm just gonna play it and enjoy it if I enjoy it, and hate it if I hate it. That's just the way these games go, but I doubt I'll hate it. I think I'll still have fun regardless of what's happened with that game. All right, cool. All right, moving on to one last game. This one I am not 100% sure. Like I said, this is the other one that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be playing for a couple reasons. One, I never played the original. This is a remaster. Two, I've never really been into the TV show, which it's based on, not because it's a bad show or anything, but I missed the mark. So I started growing out of it. I was into like the age when this show was kind of like new, starting out, and then started getting popular. I was no longer into that kind of youth television. I was getting out of it, you know what I mean? So it was kind of a bad time for me where I never got into it. But current kids, anyone born in like late 90s, early 2000s probably would love to see this. Even a little bit later than that, 2005 and up. So that's why I'm leaving it up to you guys. I might not understand what's going on, but if you guys think I should do it, let me know. Coming out on the 23rd this month, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So this game, the original game, I think came out in about 2003, 2004. I'm not 100% sure. Someone will have to correct me on it. But it is like an open world, not open world, but kind of open worldy action platformer, sort of like Banjo-Kazooie, you know, things like that. So I think it could be fun. You know, a little lighthearted game like that. Maybe to stream that. I think that could be fun. You know, especially since we don't have a whole lot going on. It could be a nice, fun game to check out. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of that one, because that one, I can't decide that one whatsoever, because I don't know much about SpongeBob other than the memes. That's literally it. I know it from memes, and the memes are hilarious with SpongeBob. You gotta love a SpongeBob meme, but I don't really know the show. I've never really watched the show on its own, believe it or not. So I'll leave that one up to you guys. You'll have to let me know if you think it's worth doing. Other than that, though, that's all we got this month. I'm going to fill in the rest of the time with, like I said, games that either I have on the go. Like there's this one game that I wanted to play. I said I was going to play it this month. It's not this month, in the month of May last month. That was kind of episodic, and they're the 5th episode released at the end of May. I never did it because I felt we got some time. I could probably do them now. The game called Song of Horror, that's something I want to do, maybe 1 episode per stream. I heard, yeah, like the longest episode might be like 4 to 5 hours long, and then it goes to like 3 hours, 3.5. So I think it might be solid to stream those. I've heard great things. I literally have the game lined up. The devs sent me codes. So I don't know, it might be something worth doing. You gotta love a horror game. Apparently it's really, really good, getting a lot of good reviews. So something like that, kind of in between, figuring out what we want to play. I think that could be a lot of fun. Things like that, and of course NBA still continuing. You know, SnowRunner, Call of Duty, all that stuff. We're gonna kind of mush in there and mix mash and all that stuff. and just kind of do a whole bunch of whatever, and then whatever new games we have coming out, we'll do them as well. So it's gonna be nice and chill. We're getting to that point, and also it's good that these things are kind of like mild in the summer, because I am about to get my possession date for the house, and it should be in July. So I'll be moving, and for those wondering how it's gonna work, if I will take time off from streams or recording, I won't. The plan is, because I own this place, I'll basically treat this place like I'll commute to work here, and you know, just leave this computer here set up and stream. And then once I build the new one, because I'm doing a new PC build, new office build, everything is going to be new, because I want to start fresh. This is all outdated stuff, so I want to rebuild and restart. And once I've got my office set, I'm going to do the transition. That way I'm going to take out the last little bit of stuff out of this apartment, rent this place out, and then call it a day. So it won't interfere with my content. I will still treat it every day like we're you know, day to day. You don't have to worry about it, but there will be a moment where everything will just switch over, and I'll have to start my transition at the new house, because my new office will be ready to go. My PC will be set up. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to get out of this place into a new place with new space, more space on top of that, better build, better setup. It's gonna be fantastic, and I'm so excited. So I had a couple people asking about that. I figured I'd mention that. Possession date should be in July sometime. We don't have an exact date, but we were just told July, just not a specific day. So it could be early, it could be mid, it could be end of July. I'm guessing more mid to end of July, but I'll keep you guys informed. I know it's only June, so we still got some time, but I figured I'd let you guys know ahead of time. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, if there's anything you think I missed, if there's anything that you want me to cover that I wasn't sure of, please comment down below. Let me know what you think, what you look forward to the most this month for the new content. Keep in mind, these game updates cover games and releases that come out in the month of. So not like people are like, well, what about this? What about Cyberpunk? Yeah, Cyberpunk doesn't come out till September. I'll talk about that in the September one. You know what I mean? So people misunderstand that. So this is just for June, what's happening in June. So, yeah, let me know down below. Leave a like on the video. Also, be sure to like and follow my pages on social media, facebook.com/danq8000, Twitter @danq8000, Instagram @danq8000, and Snapchat danq8000. If you want to get a shirt or hoodie, there's a link in the description. You want to save 10% off your next DXRacer like the one I got here, there's a link in the description. Be sure to use the promo code danq8000 checkout. Finally, guys, if you want to become a danq8000 member, supports the page directly, there's a link in the description, big join button right below this video as well. If you sign up, you do get access to exclusive badges by your name, emojis to use in the chat, and of course the monthly game giveaway. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Take care, have a great day. I'll be seeing you soon for more content, but until then, let's hand things over to Knox Hill. Have a good one, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wildin' wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that style, it's dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding, tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving, fire back if they ain't vibing. Lie with that, got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up and I see them haters try to run with us, they gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players grab your respirators, night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers, just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Knox Hill, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn Q. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.